I moved to New York City to escape my mother. On paper, my life in London was pretty impressive. I was a successful English barrister or trial attorney. I was high functioning, respected. Inside and outside, I was fighting every day. I told myself New York was freedom. Then I met him. It was a black tie gala, high society. He was charismatic, commanding the room, intoxicating, and eerily familiar. Echoes of my mother, the volatility, the control, the shaming. I remember sitting in my teacher John's Brooklyn apartment. I was studying the law of one at the time, and I asked John, half jokingly, am I marrying my mother? Has karma followed me from London all the way to New York? We both laughed. But on some levels, it really wasn't so funny because I married him and the pattern truly intensified. My now ex-husband would say to me so very often, no one likes you. You don't know how to dress. You don't even know how to behave. And my body would go stiff as a board, hearing these words, exactly the same way it did when my mother told me so very many times, no man will ever love you. You will always be alone. Different mouth, same wound. And here's the part that took years for me to admit. I wasn't just the victim of control, I was obsessed with control too. When they pushed, I pushed harder. When they said no, I did the opposite. I manipulated. Wherever I could, I fought to win. I had to prove I would not be controlled. So my whole life became control and being controlled. And that's exactly when the law of one and my study of the law of one stopped being philosophy. It became personal. Let's explore forgiveness through the law of one, which is one of the most important spiritual teachings. Because what this text teaches is truly radical. The law of one begins with a foundational truth. All is one. Ra says, you are everything. Every being, every emotion, every event, every situation, you are unity. Not metaphorically, literally. One field of consciousness expressing as many forms. Now, Ra uses the word distortion to describe our wounds, our wounded expressions of consciousness. So control is distortion, shame is distortion, abuse is distortion, manipulation is distortion. Distortion, not ultimate truth. From that level, my abusive, controlling mother was not separate from me. My abusive, controlling ex-husband was not separate from me, and my own controlling behavior was not separate from me. Different expressions of distortion, but the same field. And this is what Ra means when he speaks of another self. So here's what the law of one teaches about forgiveness. It teaches us that karma is imbalance in consciousness. It's not punishment, but rather imbalance. And imbalance becomes balanced through understanding, through acceptance, and through forgiveness. Ra says, forgiveness of self is the stopping of the wheel of action or karma. That line changed everything for me. Forgiveness stops the wheel. Not blame, not revenge, not running away to another continent, but forgiveness. And when I saw the pattern clearly, not just in them, but in me, something opened. I saw how I had participated in the distortion. My need to fight, my need to win, my need to be right, my eating disorder, my self-punishment, different distortions, the same field. And instead of collapsing into shame, I chose to forgive. I forgave my mother. I forgave my ex, and I forgave myself. And when I forgave myself, something balanced. The bulimia fell away. The obsession with control softened. The need to fight and dominate dissolved. Not because they changed, but because unity was restored inside me. Resentment is separation. Forgiveness is unity. When unity is restored, the distortion no longer has fuel. That is what the law of one teaches. Not sentimental forgiveness, but metaphysical reconciliation. Let's explore the expression, no harm was ever done, within this context. From Ra's perspective in the law of one, at the level of unity, there is no ultimate right or wrong. There is distortion. There is catalyst. There is learning. But there is no eternal damage to the soul. The soul is not broken. All distortions will eventually be reconciled in unity. What an uplifting message this is. This is not minimizing harm in the human plane. It is seeing beyond separation. And when I understand that, not just in my head, but in my body, I can finally say, all is one. We are one. We are God experiencing distortion. And thus I could say to my mother and to my ex-husband, I thank you. Not because the behavior was good, but because the distortion revealed the wound which I came here to heal. And forgiveness restored me to myself. The law of one does not teach forgiveness as morality. It teaches forgiveness as the restoration of unity. Forgiveness balances distortion. Forgiveness stops the wheel of karma. Forgiveness ends separation inside your own consciousness. And when separation dissolves, the karmic loop ends. Forgiveness is the soul remembering it was never broken. Forgiveness is embodied freedom. If you're ready to do the deeper than deep work, I've linked below for you the Wild Truth Path course. And you will also find linked below a free guided initiation to support your personal forgiveness journey.